Welcome into the Players Club. And now for your host, Santana Moss, London Fletcher. Joined by special guest, Fred Smoot, and punter, Tress Way.
Welcome back to another episode of the Players Club, coming to you from the Big Bear AI Command Center studios. We are your hosts. I'm London Fletcher, a.k.a. Big Fletch.
Not really.
A.k.a. AI Bear, Big Bear AI. And we got Santana Moss, a.k.a. 8 to the 9 Cowboy Killer.
What up, what up?
Fill in Fred Smoot. He's joining us.
You ain't gonna call me the mouth of the South. That's my nickname.
You ain't allowed me to finish.
All right, my
Mouth
fault.
of the South, a.k.a. E.T. You got a bunch of different nicknames. Fellas, man.
Oh, my God.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Going up against the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs.
Showtime. And I'm glad that it's one Monday night football game. I don't like the double headers on Monday night.
Yeah.
I like, if it's gonna be the only show in the world, I want it to be the only show.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's memories of playing against the Chiefs, man? Going into Kansas City. I feel like we've all had the opportunity to play there, whether it was with the I know I played there when I was with the Bills and also the Rams.
Yeah, I played there once, I believe. I played them multiple times, but playing there, I only played once. This was my first year. That's the year I had the 80-yard slip screen for a touchdown.
Was that against the Chiefs?
Yeah, it was against the Chiefs. I had 2 touchdowns that game, and it was crazy because I don't know if that was the first game that started my run. No, it wasn't the first game because the first game was the Cowboy game when I had the 100 yards. But at that time, I believe that was one of the games where I had like a span of 100 yards, like 4 or 5 of them in a row.
Yeah.
And I was just tearing them up.
Was any of them against Fred?
No.
Nah, Fred
hate
was
out
in Minnesota. Unfortunately, he was in Minnesota.
Get the hate out of I'm going to report some bad news.
What's that?
When I first played against the Chiefs, Priest Holmes and that offensive line with
Yeah,
Will
Priest Holmes, the
Shields and my God, they had like
Willie Roaf?
Really
Yeah, I
Roaf.
was gonna say Roaf, all them
Casey,
boys, yeah.
I think Casey Wegman was,
They had the dudes.
and Dick Vermeil was the coach. So we hear all this talk about the Cowboys and having the greatest offensive line years ago.
Yeah.
You
put that offensive line against
I would
anybody.
put that offensive line
Yeah,
against
no doubt.
anybody.
No,
question.
as a group, they just listen, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I know Priest Holmes had 240 yards rushing.
Yeah.
They did not even throw the ball because that offensive line was just pushing us off the ball. We couldn't do nothing with the offensive line.
I was gonna say too, my fondest memory though, playing the Chiefs. I didn't play them it wasn't in Arrowhead, but my first ever touchdown in the league was against the Chiefs.
Was it?
Yep, 42. I forgot his name. He was Warren back. What his name was?
42, was he a safety or a corner?
Corner. Big.
Because they
corner.
had 42 and 44
Big
in
corner.
the corners. Yeah,
Yeah,
2 tall
forgot his
corners.
name.
Warfield?
Yeah, Warfield
Might have
was
been
one of them.
Warfield. Might have been
I
Warfield.
don't know who the other guy was.
42 was probably Warfield, but
Eric
that was
Warfield, something
in
like
Yeah, Warfield was 44.
that was in the
I've
Meadowlands
had quite
against
a
the
few,
Jets, playing
quite
with
a
the
few
Jets.
games against them Chiefs, good and bad. I'll say this: going into Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium,
That's a hard place to play, man.
there in Green Bay are, I feel like, the 2 last historic stadiums that still has nostalgia. All the other ones,
Kind
newer
of just
stadiums.
switched. They kind of upgraded.
newer
Yeah.
stadiums.
I think
Great.
Soldier Field.
Man,
but it's new
been in
now,
there
though.
lately?
No, I just
that
saying something.
spaceship.
But
Yeah.
it still got that mystique,
No,
though.
it don't.
Nah, it don't.
Outside,
It don't.
outside,
No,
You don't
not
think
don't.
so?
outside. Once you
It
get
don't.
inside that stadium,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I played at the
original.
The original.
Yeah.
That had that feeling.
Yeah,
That
I
new
played
thing
that
where they
too.
dropped that alien ship that you came in on.
Yeah.
In the middle.
That's how you got here.
That's how I
They dropped
got
you off
here.
in Chicago.
They dropped me off in Nashville.
that's crazy. But as for a venue,
Yeah.
with the exception of probably Detroit last year, that NFC Championship game,
We're rocking, yeah.
I think it'll be on that level.
A
in
loudness,
terms-
yeah.
loudness and just that environment. And it's going to be a night game. That place is going to be crazy. Andy Reid, head coach.
Yeah.
We know well about going against him.
Yeah.
What do you know about going against Andy Reid? Remember about going
Man,
against
you know,
Andy
the
Reid?
one thing about Coach Reid is no matter how many times you play him, as a defensive player, he's going to always have a different game plan for you. He's always going to attack you a little different than he did the last time. And what I understood with him was because he got that West Coast offense,
Right.
I always said if we can beat them on first down, we got a chance. Because if they get behind, if they get behind, they're not going to run the same offense.
Yeah.
They're going to start to reach. And if they start to reach, then they out of their element. But I think with Patrick Mahomes, he don't give him that. I think he gives him an out.
Well, the thing that I've noticed about Andy, for Andy being an old school coach, he was one of the first ones to really embrace the new college spread offense stuff. The bubble screens, the RPOs, get the ball up in. He was one of the first ones to say, hey, these are the quarterbacks that are coming to the league. We gotta adopt that. So you'll still see some elements of the West Coast offense,
but it's open up.
A lot of it's more spread. Tanner, you've gone multiple times against Steve Spagnuolo, who's a defensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. What is it like going against his defenses?
I was just about to say something about Andy, but just being that a guy that always from afar watching Andy, as an offensive guy, I always want to play for him. Yeah. I'm like, man, I mean, we go against the Eagles for so many years, and I'm looking at the guys that I'm like, man, I know
Todd Pinkston over there making plays.
And I wasn't even Todd. It was guys like DJ, guys like, Freddie Mitchell. Like, I'm like, man, if I could be a part. Because, especially when you're not being featured enough in your offense, you start wanting to be a part of
other people's
something
offense,
that you're seeing everybody getting a piece of and piece of the opportunity. But, Andy always had a way of just making you, if you're dynamic, he gonna bring it out you. He gonna show the world that you're dynamic.
He know how to use you.
Spags, man, it's just, to me, like Andy, when it comes to being a defensive coordinator, like he's stern in what he do best.
Right.
But at the same time, depending on who he has, and even if he don't have the best guys out there,
their game plan gonna be to the T.
They become that. I've seen so many defensive backs been named the best corner in the league, but who's the D coordinator?
Spags.
Because guess what? His D line gonna be ferocious.
Yep.
Linebacker gonna have to throw the ball right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got to get the ball at your hand. So, like, that's all I've ever known. I remember playing in that game when the Shanahans was here. It was wet. Mm-hmm. And it was 2012. RG3 was throwing that thing with heat. Like we was on a dome. We was in the dome. You couldn't tell that he was slinging it, but Spags was ready, and it was the worst game to kind of have that kind of ball coming at you, knowing that it's going to be hot. You know what I mean? And I was just telling Coach on the sideline, I was like, man, it's impossible. We ain't catching the balls today. Like, it's too wet. It's sloppy out there, and that defense ain't budging. It's already wet. So you think that we have the advantage? No. They know we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And they had their cleats in the ground. They was coming after us. And he always had to seem to have a great front. Like, those guys are always making, they always impact the game. Because being a receiver, that's where I tell folks all the time, like, look, we can talk about all these cornerbacks all you want. If they ain't got nobody pressuring my quarterback, it's going to be a long day for you. I don't care who you got out there. If he ain't got help over the top, if he ain't got nobody pressuring the quarterback, I got you. I got you right where I want you.
Yeah, man, this is all great stuff. And speaking of great stuff, after the break, we're going to get into the film room and watch some of the best special teams plays of this season.
We just talked about the special teams dominance of the Washington Commanders, and there you see it again.
Welcome back to the Players Club. Fellas, we got a special guest joining us today.
Right.
But before we get to talking to our guests, we're going to dive into this film room and check out some of these special team plays, some of our best special team performances this year. It's time for Fast Lane, presented by Eastern Automotive Group. Any car, any way, for everyone, since 1988. All right, fellas, man, here we go, man. First play. This is a 64-yard boomer. Week 1 of the season.
Hey, that was lumber.
That means I'm knocking at the door. Let me in then.
First of all, Tress put his foot into it, but man, that's one of the things he talk about. He talks about, those guys that's going downfield for him and making him look good, man.
That's a car collision right there.
That's perfect coverage right there because you got the gunners vicing them. And then forcing them to jump, and then Nick Ballore bringing lumber.
Yes, sir. Paul Bunyan style lumber.
They brought more than lumber on that one right there. This second one coming up, man, this is a huge play right here by Jaden Lane, man. 90-yard punt return versus the Raiders. Man, as a rookie, just imagine how that took his game to the other notch.
The confidence that you get from that.
Just what you're going to see now far as guys not trying to, kick the ball to you, all that stuff, man.
And let's be honest, give that return team some love. He didn't get touched to the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking, kept his jersey clean from the door, but the threat of a return man changes everything. And B. Mitch talked to him before the season about returning.
Right there.
As you see, he got that ball, wasted no steps, hit that crease.
Yeah, it's all about.
You point that blocking, and all he had to do was make one man miss.
Yeah. Make one man miss. We always was told, what I was always told, give me a first down.
Yeah.
Give me first down is getting 10 yards. And once I saw him get that 10 yards, it was off to the races, man. So, big shout outs for him, man. Rookie season's going well as a punt returner and a kick returner.
It wouldn't surprise me if he took a couple more back
to the house. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
He got it in him.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
Play 3, man. This another Tress Way punt right here, down by Percy Butler.
This
in the
right
Cowboys
here, this
game.
is magical.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest with you, because I thought his momentum was going to take him into the end zone.
Yeah.
But these are twinkle toes right here. Take him to the dance with you right there. Them twinkle toes right there.
That boy that's a Raging Cajun right there, real form.
Yeah. Like, that's amazing special team play.
And then get the great punt, the down, safety.
Yes.
Complimentary football right after that play.
Yes.
That's what we talk about, our special teams being special, man. I feel like every week they doing something different. Whether it's on the kickoff team, whether it's on the punt return team, the punt team, the Flyers are going out there. Percy was kind of injured earlier this season, and just to get him back, man, that just gave them a boost out there.
Percy, Twinkle Toes Butler.
Twinkle Toes Butler. Take me to the dance with you.
This next play here, man, is a Tress punt, 55-yarder against Green Bay. Oh man, it seemed like all we could do is talk about some of these punts, man. Tress has been on one this year.
But look how quick he got on him.
Yeah.
No, that's what he does. Like, he's beat the gun. I mean, he beating the block at the gunner position. Go down there, make the play. Nope, he takes all the room out of that.
Yeah, you talking about, you giving Tress Way so much credit, which he deserves it, because we've seen him do this for years. I got a chance to play with him, so I know he's been doing it ad nauseum for a long time. But man, to have a guy like Percy Butler out there, going out there flying downfield for him, man, those guys are on one together,
Man, you catch it and tackle,
man,
right?
bounty hunter.
Immediately.
Yeah, bounty hunter on him.
All right, fellas, man. Well, that's a wrap from the film room. When we come back, we got Tress Way.
Tress the best.
Welcome back to the Players Club. As promised, we got a very special guest, punter Tress Way.
Tress.
Yes, sir.
Tress the best.
Tress the best.
What's going on, guys?
We appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Year 12, man.
Yeah.
12.
Does it feel? How's year 12 going for you? Does it feel any different than year 1?
I think, honestly, I think the biggest thing is every time a new season starts, there's just like a whole new level of gratitude of, man, just getting to do it for the same team. And like just seeing fans that I've seen every year at training camp and, like players coming back. And I think for me too, it's been, man, our life has been here, wife, kids, everything like that. Yeah. And so it's just so special. Like my kids don't know any different. They just know Washington, and I don't know any different. And so that's been like this year is just like, man, how about that? So yeah, 12, it's starting to trying to let it sink in more and more. So
speaking of 12 years, how much has the game changed since you've seen it from year 1 to now?
Yeah. Man, it was those first few were just like a blur. Like I think back and I'm like, I was just trying to keep my head above water, and I think what's really cool now is I've gotten to take something different from each coach and each special teams coach and things like that. And man, I'm just so honored with DQ and AP how they view me and encourage me, to lead like in my own way. Like it's not like this. I'm not going to go down and smack somebody and make the big hit in the game, but it's the way I can communicate with guys, the way that I can lead guys and try and pull everybody together, and that's been very empowering, and I've had a lot of fun with that, and it's almost kind of freed me up in a way where I like to have fun, I like to joke around, but it's also important to me that guys on my punt team, the guys on our team just know I care about them and stuff like that. So that's been something huge this year.
You talked about your punt team, your punt unit. Man, them dudes, first of all, you're making some hell of a punts.
Yeah. Thank you.
That punt you had against Dallas the other day.
Oh, it was crazy.
And then to put them on the 1 yard line and Duran makes the safety.
Yes.
But even other punts, when you see your gunners, whether it's Percy Butler.
Cheat codes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Cheat
Tyler
codes.
Owens.
Oh.
What does that do for you and you knowing that you have these guys that are going to go out there and make plays for you.
Man, those guys, particularly those two gunners, absolute cheat codes. I mean, it is to the point, and I mean, those dudes back there returning punts, they're the best athletes on the planet.
Right.
Like, I mean, and Turpin might be the best. You know, like I'm a little partial to Jay Lane with us and like the way he runs, but Turpin's just scary.
Yeah, he's scary.
But man, when you got those two dudes out on the outside, and like that is why, and I get hyped up, I scream, I have a lot of fun, and I'm so thankful that like I get the recognition for like hitting the ball the way that I do. But the first thing I do is I go up and I just headbutt those dudes, give those dudes a hug, and I tell them, I'm like, you guys are bad dudes. Like I'm delivering the ball, but those guys are hunting and they are just cheat. I mean, Percy and T.O., I mean, this is year 3 or 4 with Percy now. I mean, anytime I look out there and that dude's one-on-one, I'm like, happy hunting, man, go for it. And just, man, I'm thankful. And like how Izzo and Schneid's coach those guys up and Wes Welker's helping out a lot. It's such a blessing. Like I get out there and and a couple of those punts, I didn't have my like best direction on them, and they're just smacking. I mean, gosh, it's huge.
How did you feel watching him tightrope that line? Like, 'cause I know you was like,
yes,
like, he might fall in there.
So Percy is, I mean, he's a guy who like. He's like so calculated, and he's almost like in the locker room, like he'll cut loose and have fun. But like in the game, he is so competitive and like so detailed that as soon as I saw him like get his hands on the ball, I knew we were done. I knew we were good. Like he wasn't gonna drop it. He wasn't gonna accidentally step on a line. Like he knew exactly where he was. I mean, he's so good in that way. So like seeing him tightrope that, as soon as I saw his hands on the ball, I'm like, we're home. We got him.
So I have to ask this question because it's almost a totally difference already, and we still have 10 more games left this year. Last year, were you pissed off? Because it's a crazy question because we didn't punt much last year. How was you feeling just being no work today?
So that's a fair question. I think the best way that I could explain it is when we had that Monday night game against the Bengals. That was such an incredible just dogfight, just back and forth. I mean, it was just like two heavyweights just trading haymakers back and forth. And in the third or fourth quarter, we were going down, and it looked like, I mean, I think it was maybe fourth quarter, really long third and long, and it was going to be a pooch punt, but we had the lead, and I was so excited to like chip in on this
add to the game.
Yes, and so like. That's the best way I could explain it is I get really excited to chip in, but I get it that it's not good if I'm punting the ball. So it's like I don't ever want anybody to think that it's just like, oh, Tress is pissed off because we're not punting. What? Like winning and us moving the ball, that is so much more fun. So like
that is the same check regardless.
Yes. And I've always said like punting's like on-demand TV. You know, like it's not automatically on. It's just if you want it, like here you go. Like let's watch that. So it's just when you want it or when you need it, I'm there. But
there's been times even throughout the course of your career, like we highlight that punt that you had against Cowboys where we downed it on the 1-yard line. Punting, Percy does. But the punts where you flip the field, we're backed up. You're punting out of your end zone. And you have a booming 60-yard punt, and you're like, man, and you have great hang time, and then those punts are equally as important. Would you agree?
That is, and man, thank you for bringing that up. That is exactly like what I'm talking about with how good like our coverage is. I mean, they like to have the control to go down and you're tackling one of the most dangerous returners in the NFL. Because like I have that freedom with just how competitive our guys are on the punt team. I know. Let's go for it. Like I'm punting out of the end zone. Let me just cut one loose. Or, hey, the ball's on the 25, 30-yard line. Let me see if I can launch one down into the corner that is technically going to be out kicking your coverage because even as fast as Percy and T.O. are, if I hit one over 50 yards that ain't up in the stratosphere, that's not going to be a fair catch. But I'll put my coins with those dudes going to hunt, and it's just such a fun strategic part of the game, but it's a whole lot easier to play that game when you got the players.
So, as a punter, do you ever practice tackling? Do you ever say, you know what, today I'm going to practice tackling because we're taking on a returner that could break one. Do you ever practice out? You just say, you know what, when that time come in the game, I'm just going to shoot my shot.
I do not practice tackling.
As always, Tress, always great having you. You've been on here a few times, so you know the drill. We're going to ask you to autograph this football for us if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have that on eBay in no time.
That's it. Come on. Man, it's starting to pile up.
Don't you put your autograph on it.
Well, you don't want me to lower the cost
No,
up?
lower the value.
Yeah.
That'll do it from the Players Club. We'll see you next week, same time.
Oh, man. Without Fred.
Players Club was filmed at Big Bear AI Command Center Studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.